So, hey everyone, what's going on? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another little video for you. We've got a bunch to get into today. It's the latest Man United news of the day, guys. We're going to be covering the morning presser, of course, from Ten Hag, all the latest transfer news and all the latest goings on in this video. How are we all doing today? Welcome in the Hoth 1K. What's happening there? Philip Chapman, Stephen Carr, Kingslayer as well's in here, Sphinx Sue. We got Defender of the Bridge, Vutinator, Sado Morgov, Kieran Malian. How are you doing, Kieran, mate? One of the channel member Dons, and Fung Sire as well. How are you? Anthony Okonkwo, Mark Harris, Randomness Tube, The Vuti, Francois Cock, Chris Chatfield, Mike. G'day from down under, Mike. And everybody else as well, you bunch of legends. How are you getting on? Thank you for joining us for the afternoon show. We'll cover all the latest United news in this one. So do us a favour at the start of this show and smash the like button. Give it a raw, dirty thumbs up. And share it around on social media as well if you want to do so. And also smash the subscribe if you're new to the channel, guys. Get yourself in here raw. And say hello in the chat with Bell6891. 60k, baby. Break out the red panties. It's red panty night. The live chat's got a 60k. Yes, indeed, Bell. Thank you, my son. David Vickers, Simon Cowie, Jack Swan. Yes, guys. Thank you for your nice message earlier, bro. Callum Coyle, Rob, Billy T, Man United 1999, Arsenal Manic, Jay, Gabe, Nut, Phil Philemond, STP Mitchell, Chris Q, everybody, thank you for joining us. Too many legends to name, but we're going to get into the show now. So thank you, everyone, for being here. We will have a big Q&A at the end of the show. And as always, it's a fully interactive show, so have your say throughout. We'll get involved in the live chat every now and then, see what you guys are saying about all the topics that we're discussing. So, let's have a little chat. Let's have a chat about it, guys. Ten Hag's and his presser in Bangkok, in Thailand, ahead of the game against Liverpool tomorrow, which I'm feeling very worried about, to be honest, guys. Not feeling overly optimistic about this based on what we've done so far in our transfer window. Still having the same mess of squad of shite that we had before. So, Ten Hag's got his work cut out from getting this squad that he's got on the plane. This 31 melters or whatever it is. Getting them to try and beat Liverpool at the moment is a difficult task. And it's not a friendly, guys. People say, oh, it's only a friendly. It's not a friendly, guys. We're playing Liverpool. There's always massive pride at stake here. And it's always full-blooded. It's not a friendly. There's pride to play for. We should be trying to win this game full-blooded, but they will be also. And obviously, as a team, how can we be that far advanced under Ten Hag so far from what he's done? He's only just come in, so it's not his fault, but we are probably going to be struggling a little bit. Hopefully not. Hopefully we'll see some big fundamental changes, some maybe more attacking setup. I don't really know. But hopefully that's not too much of a drubbing against Liverpool tomorrow is what I'm saying. In fact, guys, do you want to get your score predictions in at the start of the stream here? Let us know what you think the result is going to be tomorrow. I said it yesterday and I'm actually going to stick with it. I feel like Ten Hag, what he's going to do is not play like a bloody low block or counter-attacking rubbish against Liverpool in a friendly in Bangkok. No, we're going to be playing attacking football, hopefully a bit higher up, hopefully with the emphasis just to go out there, express yourselves, be free, attack. That's what we should hopefully be looking for. We will leave holes at the back. We do have a human fridge potentially playing for us as well. We will concede goals. But as long as we can score a couple of goals and to give us some sort of entertainment and also hope for maybe being an attacking side, that would be great. I'm saying 4-2 to Man United to Liverpool. I'm saying 4-2 to Liverpool, guys, because I just think United are just not good enough defensively, and we haven't signed any new players. We've got the same old mess of shite, plus Malacia in the squad. It's not exactly enough, guys. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be a difficult day at the office tomorrow against Liverpool, who, of course, are a more seasoned team, who are just further along at the moment, who did add in Darwin Núñez, of course, in the summer. So these guys have made advancements this summer already. We haven't, though. We haven't really made any advancements. We just had 6 first-team players leave, and now we signed one guy, Malacia, so far. So, hey, if anything, we're weaker than we were. So I'm going for 4-2 to Liverpool. I don't want to be that guy, that pessimistic guy. That's honestly just how I view it. I think we'll go attacking. I think we'll try and express ourselves, give something to the fans, and obviously try and rip them open, score some goals. But I do think ultimately we will get done. So there you go. Only because we just don't have enough good players in the team, and Liverpool are a good team. We just don't have enough quality players. I think that's fair to say. There's only people like, in my opinion, Ronaldo, who's not here, Varane, who's injured all the time, but Varane, De Gea, there's not that many players I would consider to be top-class players in our team, in all fairness. There's some good players. I think Jadon Sancho's got the potential if Rashford sorts himself out, but he had a terrible, terrible season. But anyway, so Ten Hag's been speaking ahead of the game. And he's made it quite clear in regards to Cristiano Ronaldo, his sort of stance on it. Now, this could just be a case of, we're not talking or airing our laundry in public here, so we're just going to we're just going to keep our cards close to our chest. But Ten Hag's made it clear that Ronaldo is in his plans for the season. And of course, there are a bunch of questions about it in the presser in Bangkok. And he said he is not with us. It's due to personal reasons. We are planning with Cristiano Ronaldo for this season. That's it. And I'm looking forward to working with him. And he also added, Cristiano is in our plans and we want to get success together. So, get in there, my son. Ten Hag, I love this stance. Hopefully this is the stance we're taking on Ronaldo, because I've said it many times. We don't have to sell this guy. He is Manchester United player contracted for another year. Let's utilise this guy, and if he's unhappy about being in a Europa League team, he's just going to have to suck it up, unfortunately, because we own his contract, right, guys? If he wants to play any football for next year, it's going to have to be for Manchester United. But anyway, listen, he also said this. He said, because there was a lot about him, there was a lot being said about him not having made contact at all yet with Cristiano Ronaldo, but he was pretty adamant that they have had a conversation. He said, I had a good conversation with him and I had a really good talk. He said the conversation is between me and Cristiano, but what I can confirm is we had a really good conversation together. So, hey, look, hopefully there is some sort of understanding here. And he said that the reason Ronaldo's not on tour, obviously, is down to the fact that there's he's got personal issues. Gungshi, you bloody legend, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much for getting in here with a super chat, you raw supporter, you sir. Gungshi, how are you today, mate? Hope you're all good. Hope that the arm's 100% now. I'm sure it is. He says, Piggy, the loins have tingled and are predicting a 4-2 loss. Same as you. Hopefully Slabby will score at least one own goal and change Ten Hag's mind about the captaincy. Thank you so much for the super chat there, Gungshi. You're a bloody legend, sir. Can we all just get a super chat emoji in the live chat there for Gungshi? Thank you very much, bud. And Ten Hag's mind about the captaincy. We're going to get onto that in a little bit, my friend. I've got to talk about the Ronaldo stuff. I'm going to get into that Maguire stuff. It's too painful, Gungshi. It's too painful. We're going to get onto that in a moment. Exactly, Kate Cadet. Listen. Thank you, everyone, for getting in here. Do us a favor, there's 200 new legends in here. Smash that like. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on the stream. And also get yourself subscribed if you're new to the channel. Thank you for everybody being a part of this channel these days. We've got 60,000 subscribers. We hit it yesterday. Get in there, my friends. Let's get some more Sues in there, in fact. Right, okay, I feel like my sideburns are wayward. Anyway, so let's discuss this. Hey there, Berber. How you doing, my son? Welcome in. And Aaron Spear and Madhouse and James T. The pain is raw, says Gungshi. It is bad, isn't it? So Cristiano Ronaldo, positive comments on him. The stance is that Ten Hag wants to keep him, and this is what at least is being said publicly. Maybe there is some sort of discussions going on behind the scenes. We understand that George Mendes, of course, is looking for other clubs, looking at different options for Cristiano Ronaldo, just to see if they maybe can go to a Champions League challenging side, a team that's going to win some trophies, maybe a team like Bayern München, PSG even are the type of shithouses that might pay a good bit of money for Cristiano. So there's a few options that they're supposedly looking at. But from what we said from Ten Hag here, if what he's saying is the case, that they've had a good positive conversation and that his intention and everybody's feeling is that they have him in his plans for the season, and they're planning to actually be playing with Ronaldo here. They're not selling him; he's not for sale. Essentially, is a very good. It's a very good stance to take. He said he's not with us, and it's due to personal reasons. So obviously, these family issues that we discussed. I mean, he did have some big tragedies a little while ago. There was that's obviously going to have a lasting effect. But right now, maybe people are suggesting that okay, it's really the case that he wants to leave the club, and I think that's probably true. Maybe he's also really trying to squeeze a little bit of pressure on our board and owners to do business in the transfer window. That's hopefully what it is. I mean, Ten Hag will not be happy with the situation here. He wanted Ronaldo, of course, and also he wanted to get a lot more players in before this tour. He's had to come in with just Malacia, and they've asked him about, what do you feel about the lack of signing so far? And he said things like, the club wants to sign the right type of players, and we're just looking for the right type of players, basically. There's a few players that were mentioned to him, such as Martinez, such as, some of these other players we're talking about, guys. For some reason, they're all gone from my head right now, because you know what, it's just a gas transfer window, guys. But all of these players that we're linked with that they mentioned in the presser, and he said, look, we're just working on trying to get the right players in, and yes, we need to get new players in. I mean, he cannot be happy with how things are going. It just cannot be a great positive start. It's as slow as it can be. Yeah, we have got Malacia, and he said some positive things about Malacia. He said he's the type of modern fullback that we need. He's very hard to beat. He's very hard to get by. And but he can also get forward and is good and useful in the offensive positions as well. And so because of that, that is a good positive signing for him. But he needed about 3 or 4 more of these. Chris Koo, thank you for the super chat, my son. He says, cheeky donation for a fan for this sweat fest of a day. Oh, thank you so much there, Chris Koo. You're a bloody legend, mate. I do need to get a new fan, bro. I broke the plug off my last one and also pulled the wire out the back of it, mate. It's in a right bad state. That's from me, like, stepping on it. So on the wire and stuff. And on the plug, it really, really hurt. But anyway... Thank you, Chris Koo. Let's get a sue in there for Chris Koo. G-Wolf United Gaming. Oh, he says, yo, brother. 60k, baby. Road to 100k this year. Oh, thank you very much, dude. You never know. Hey, look, we're going for 70,000 by the end of the year. So that's the target. It's so baking, guys. Smash the 69 in the live chat if you're sweating your munt off. I don't have a fan or nothing here, folks. Mike, thank you for the super chat getting in here raw from down under, bro. It's been great to see you in here again today, mate. Long time legend getting in here raw. He says, come on, Pigmate. It is nonsense that Ronaldo is not on tour for personal reasons. That is farcical. Who are United and Ronaldo trying to kid, says Mike. Well, okay, I agree. I mean, listen, clearly it's down to the fact that George Mendes and Ronaldo have... Well, they have. It's not like he's announced it publicly or anything, is it? It's been drip fed to the media, essentially, that he's unhappy. That's really what it is. So is there anything directly from the mouth of Cristiano Ronaldo to say that, hey, look, he's not happy at United and he wants a new challenge? No. I mean, this could be a bit of a power play, as I said. You might be surprised about Ronaldo's inclination to play for United this season. But for a start, we own his contract and he can't play for anybody else unless we say so, which means unless we get a good bid in for him, then we don't have to accept an offer for Cristiano Ronaldo. It's that simple, really. Ten Hag said as much. Okay, if a good offer comes in for a club that makes sense for all parties, we've got to get some money for Cristiano Ronaldo. He's worth too much to us right now as well. Who will we replace Cristiano with? Ask yourself that. It's not just this monetary value as a commercial entity or a 37-year-old or a shirt seller. It's not just his commercial value as that. It's also his value as a player to us. His value to a player to us this season is a huge amount, guys. It's a huge amount of money that this guy's worth to us. And so I wouldn't be prepared to sell him for any less than 30 million. Let's ask the live chat. How much would you ask for Cristiano Ronaldo to be sold if you had to sell him? How much would you want to receive? Look, he's not the 13 million pounds that we paid for him, guys, even if he's a one-away player. No, he's worth too much to us. 13 million pounds is too little for a player like that who will give you so much on the pitch. And it will also recoup most of his bloody wages that you pay him in terms of commercial enterprises and things like that as well. Sponsors love Cristiano Ronaldo, and there's actually been reported pressure on Manchester United from certain sponsors to do what they can with Cristiano because he's such a shirt mover and a needle mover. Yeah, 20 mil says Kate Cadet. 18 says CV, Bell says 25, 69 says Tanner. Well, really, what we're talking about what he's worth to us, he is actually worth 40 mil. Like, how are we going to go and get another good player for Ronaldo, even for 25 million quid? If Ronaldo is gone, who are we going to bring in that's as good as Ronaldo for that money? It just doesn't, it doesn't exist. Gaz Newton says 80 mil, Duncan Believer says 30 mil, 20 says Abel Archer, 30 to 40 says Madhouse. Right, yeah. 15 says Simon, 10 says Arsamanic. I mean, that's just not going to happen, is it? Hey, Zayn Miasi's got in it raw, man. What's going on there, Zayn Miasi? Thank you for the super chat. Zayn Miasi, everyone. Can we get a deluded emoji in there, please? Zayn Miasi says, more signings for us. Did you see the interview with Edu? And he and Jesus are mates with Neymar. Who have you signed, Piggy, says Zayn Miasi. Fucking hell, I mean, what can I really say, Zane, other than that our board and owners are absolute shite, dude, and our recruitment team are a farcical fucking set of melters, dude. That's the reality. You know, yeah, okay. But we'll still get Lissandro Martinez ahead of you, bud. You know what I mean? And you still signed an 8-goal-a-season man last year that Pep didn't want. But fair enough. I mean, look, those are decent signings for a club like Arsenal Holland who are looking for 6th place guff. But in all fairness, you're kind of right. I mean, we haven't signed anybody yet. This is a disgraceful transfer window. We're not doing business. Other teams are strengthening. The top teams are strengthening. City got Haaland, Liverpool got Darwin. Who the fuck have we got, mate? Tyro Malacia, backup left back. Christian Eriksen coming in after he's gone through the rigours of a couple of weeks' bloody cardiac tests. I mean, fucking hell. That's probably what's going on with Eriksen, guys. The Glazers have gone, you know what, even though this guy's a free, we'll be paying him money. We can't afford to risk this asset. Let's put him through ridiculously stringent tests to make sure this guy's going to be okay before we actually commit to an asset that might fucking, that might not be worth anything in a couple of weeks. Or something, these are the sort of shit houses that we're dealing with. But anyway, so I can't really defend Man United's recruitment this summer. I think it's a 0 out of 10 summer. It's been the worst one since the David Moyes summer, where we didn't do anything all summer long, and then we ended up overpaying for Gastastic, Marouane Fellaini right at the end, panicking. It's reminiscent of this at the moment, except that we have got Malacia in. We are supposedly working on Frankie de Jong. We'll get into that a bit later. But no, I mean, I'm with you, mate. This recruitment from United is totally unacceptable. It's disgusting. It's such a pitiful window so far, and there's no good reason for it. We should have had the most active, busiest window out of all of the Premier League clubs this summer, because let's face it, United's one of the top clubs in the league. We're not acting like one of the top clubs in the league with our performances and league finishes and squad. So you would think we'd be the most busiest team in this summer window to try and get us back to where we need to be. But no, quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. We're quiet. We're slow. It's pathetic. YouTube by Google, thank you for the super chat. He says, I just sent myself 33%. You can keep the rest. Mate, thank you so much there, YouTube by Google. I appreciate that a lot. Has it gone up to 33 now, has it? YouTube by Google, mate, thank you very, very much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Can we get a Sue in the chat there? Hey there, 0 degrees. Zamiasi. Zamiasi, give it a rest, son. He says, Piggy, can you put a poll in the chat when Piggy's first meltdown will be in the season? Fuck it hell. When do you think, guys? When do you think, guys? I think that Liverpool game, mate, that Liverpool game. Goblin-esque transfer, says Tentaman. Thank you, Zane, for that. God almighty. Berber says, no one will buy that fugly shirt without Ronaldo's name on it. So true, that new kit is horrible, isn't it, man? It's like they've mashed together a collar, like an old school Cantona-esque collar with like some new... It just looks rubbish, man. I'm not into the new kit at all. Says, Yo, Piggy, Malacia won't be back up for long, if at all. Can Shaw play centre-back or right-back? Shaw has played centre-back before in the back three, like 3 at the back when we have played back 5, but I don't see us really doing that at the moment. But yeah, he can play in that sort of system as a left-sided centre-back. But no, he's not really a centre-back. He's not a centre-back. No, Malacia and Shaw are going to have to battle it out for that starting spot in left-back position, I think. We could see, though, if Malacia may be good enough to take Luke Shaw's spot right away. We'll have to have a little look and see, won't we, over pre-season? Ten Hag will do the same. He looks like a very exciting player. Let's ask the live chat, guys. Who do you think is going to be our starting centre-back come the start of the Premier League season? Will it be Malacia? Will it be Luke Shaw? Let us know your thoughts and opinions. I still think it will be Luke Shaw. I think that this could light a fire underneath him. He is more advanced, 26, Premier League experience. Surely he should be able to show and prove himself to Ten Hag that he's still the man at left back for now. And Malacia is going to have to be an impact player. But look, Malacia has come in and has been an exciting signing and looks very, very good from what we've seen. But let's also remember that the Premier League is a different league and it takes a little bit of time to adapt and get used to the speed and the competitiveness of it. The fact that there's so many great players. I mean, just think, he's gone from facing players in the Eredivisie. There are some very talented wingers and stuff in the Eredivisie. Of course there is. However, there's a step up in caliber when you're going up against people like the likes of Salah or whoever, some of the best sort of right wings in the world. Shaw says Arsenal Manic. Shaw says James. Malacia says Bell. Malacia says Malp. Shaw says Duncan. Slabby and Shaw in says Arsenal Manic. Piggy, why is Maguire captain, says Nav786. Dude, it's just... Dude, I guess we're going to have to get into it now then, aren't we? So let's get into it now. So, Ronaldo, Ten Hag's got a stance on Ronaldo. He's publicly saying that Ronaldo is staying. Like I've said, he is contract to us. Maybe the situation is Ronaldo does genuinely want to leave and they're working to get a new club. But we don't have to sell him unless a good offer comes in from PSG for 40 mil or something crazy. We don't have to sell this guy. We need this guy. Keep him. Once the window slams shut, Ronaldo will just suck it up and play. Of course he will. So that's the situation there, in my opinion. Keep him. Ten Hag said that they're planning for a season ahead with Cristiano Ronaldo. So that's what I'm doing as well. And if that situation changes, then we're a bunch of melters to let a player of that caliber go. He's our player for a year. He has to go nowhere. We don't have to sell him. Unless a good offer comes in, what's the point? Jay Gar says nothing's going to change, is it? Tonk Nash 87, thank you for being a member of this channel, bro, for 22 months now. What a long time legend of this channel, mate. Dude, thank you so much. You've been subscribed to this channel. Do you know this? I had a look when I hit 30,000. I hit 30,000 in September. So 30,000 subscribers, sorry, in September 2020. right? So just less than 2 years ago. And you've been subscribed since then. You bloody legend, mate. Get in there, my son. Thank you so much, Tonk Nash. I mean, a member since then, sorry. He says, Wagwan, my G, what have I missed? Any signings? No. No, you haven't missed anything, pal. Nothing at all. No, don't worry about that, Tonk Nash 87. You've missed absolutely nothing in regards to signings. Let's talk about Harry Maguire, guys. Let's talk about the human fridge. Let's talk about the human frigipede. Do you know what I mean? Might as well be. Because he's fucking awful, isn't he, guys? And he basically eats his own shit out there on the pitch. As in, he makes mistakes every single week for us. And it's a complete human fucking frigipede of a man. You know what I mean? I don't even know where I'm going with this, guys. This is just ridiculous now. But still, Harry Maguire is a fridge of a man. He's not suitable to be captain of this football club. I personally have a vendetta against him. Honestly do, because he's not good enough standard to be Man United player. This guy should not even be starting in the team, let alone keeping the frigging captain's armband, guys. What the fuck is Ten Hag on about with this one, guys? Let's discuss this for a second. So he was asked about Ronaldo, but then he was asked about the Harry Maguire situation. And this is what he said. He said, Harry Maguire is the captain. Of course, I have to get to know all the players and it takes time. Which is the bit that I'm holding out a bit of hope on. I'm holding out hope on that one statement of that one sentence there. Of course, I have to get to know all the players and it takes time. As in, I'm going to give him a chance in pre-season. Then I'm going to realise he's shit. And we're going to give the captaincy to somebody else for the start of the proper season. That's the only bit of this statement I'm holding out hope for. But then he went on to say this, which it blows my freaking mind, guys. He says, but he is an established captain for a few years. And he has achieved a lot of success. So I don't doubt about this issue. Hang on a sec. Success! Hang on a second. Maybe for England. He should have had a success for England in that statement. Not success for fucking Manchester United, mate. He's overseen one of the gaseous periods of time for us, really. This slabby Maguire captain. He says he's an established captain. He's only an established captain because Ollie gave him the captain's armband and he's been established as a captain for a couple of years at United because of that. That's the only way he's established. He's not established in any other way, like he's lifted many trophies for different teams and he's a fucking captain leader. He doesn't even lead England, mate. He's not a captain. He's a clown for Man United, but he says he's an established captain for a few years and he's achieved a lot of success. So I don't doubt about this issue. Goodness me, Ten Hag. I just don't agree with anything in regards to this statement, guys. He's not achieved a lot of success. Maybe on an international stage with England, but for Man United, where it counts, for the club, he's shit. And he's led us to a complete level of complete gas standard and mediocrity. That's what it is. Making Harry Maguire your captain, accepting Harry Maguire as your captain, is accepting a mediocre standard. It's accepting, errors being made. It's accepting, the leadership and not taking the blame and, shirking responsibility, leadership issues and vulnerabilities. It's accepting having a weaker leader than you probably should have. It's accepting of somebody who's not good enough, not fit to wear the shirt. It's accepting of somebody whose actual ability of a football for Manchester United is not good enough. He should be playing for a mid-table team like Leicester City or someone at the very best. Man United is not the club for him. And I've watched Man United for every single game for the last however long, and certainly since Harry Maguire's been in here. And this guy is shit. Every single week, guys, almost every single week this season just gone, I'm watching Harry Maguire make defensive errors, positional mistakes, defensive calamities, turning like a fucking yacht, failing to clear the ball, failing to get a leg in, failing to get that big slab on it half the time. And he does seriously make mistake after mistake. It was almost a complete catalogue of errors last season. In fact, I need to have a look at a video, all of Harry Maguire's errors in the season of 21-22 season. I bet you it's an hour-long video of complete fucking clown shoe stuff. He's all over the place. He does look like he's playing with a set of fucking clown shoes on, this guy. He's flapping around, running around, and he's very ineffective for Man United this last season just gone. Maybe he would be better, was better as well previously, in a team where he's like a lower block defender. He's not the sort of player that is going to be playing high up the pitch. I don't think. What's Ten Hag going to do with this guy? If we're going to be more of an attacking team playing high up, he can't fucking teach pace, guys. I'm sorry, unless he's going to get him in a fucking sprinting fitness regime where they're going to inject steroids into him every single day and give it the old full-on treatment like that. I don't really see how he's going to improve his pace. Yeah, they could give us some sprint drills. Guess what? You can't fix stupid and you can't fix slow. You can't speed him up like that. Maybe a little bit. You could get a little bit of pace into him. He's got that slow twitch fibre, guys. You can clearly see that. He's a middle distance, long distance runner, my friend. He's not a sprinter. He's slow as all hell. And so because of that, he's always going to leave us short at the back there, vulnerable. Maybe they can get an understanding together with the likes of Malacia and Varane around him, but should we really be accepting of that? Should we really be, having to compensate? No, we should have somebody in there who's an all-round beast of a defender. So I'm sorry, but I completely disagree with Erik Ten Hag on this one, and it's really made me concerned because, man, I thought he had a little bit more bollocks about him than this, guys. He's supposed to become this disciplinarian, this proactive guy. He says tomorrow in the game we're going to be looking to playing in a proactive way. How the fuck are we going to be playing proactive with a shy cash captain like Slabby in there? And accepting how we're being proactive in general, though, if we're just continuing with what the previous regime did, which was shite, and what the previous captain, the standard he set, which was so low. Why is that okay to continue with that? I just don't understand it. He's got a perfect opportunity of when he's first come in to strip the captaincy from Harry Maguire and give it to someone who's his. It's very easy in the press conference, and it's very easy in the conversation with Harry Maguire behind the scenes. Maguire might be pissed off. Guess what? Who cares if he's pissed off? He's not good enough to play in the starting 11 anyway. Why would you be pissed off about one of your backups getting the ump? Do one then, if you're unhappy, Slab Maguire. But he could just have a conversation with him. The previous regimes made you manager, not me. I've got my clear vision of the football club. You're still in my plans. But I'm taking the armband from you, my friend, and giving it to somebody else. Fair enough, isn't it? Okay, boss, well, I'm not happy about it, but yeah. It's actually probably good for Harry Maguire. Takes the pressure off of him. Takes the spotlight off of him. This is an all-round bad move by Ten Hag and Man United, this, to stick the armband and stick with Slabby Maguire, because he's got more spotlight, more pressure on him than ever as well now. If he'd have had the armband taken away, maybe you would have seen him actually play better as a footballer. That's my theory. I feel like the armband weighs heavy on Harry Maguire, and he's not up to it. Maybe he is a good player, but with that armband, he's a bottle merchant. So take that off of him, give it to somebody else. Maybe you'll see him flourish. But as it is, no. And you won't see him flourish because he's actually just technically crap and slow. No, that's how it is, guys. That's the reality. So, hey, thank you, Sammy Ashley, for getting in here with a super chat, my friend. He says, Pig, we could be getting Kante, and Ketia and Jesus will be the surprise strike force this season. Maguire should be captain of Ladyboys in Thailand. Zayn Mayassi, thank you very much for getting in here. Fucking hell, Zayn Mayassi. Oh, man. Well, he does like to bang cock, doesn't he? So, I don't know. But you know what, Zayn? I'm sorry, but no. Just stop talking about Arsenal, mate. But nobody cares. We are actually having a mare of a summer, and we're a bit of a crap Man United version at the moment. We're a crap version of Man United right now. But you're a crap version of Arsenal, mate. And you're even in a worse situation. You'll probably finish below us this season, Zane, even if we don't sign anybody. But there you go. Oh, thank you very much to Dark Knight 22, man, for upgrading your membership to the Bacon Egg Brigade. Dude, thank you very much, guys. Can we all get a big love heart in the live chat there for Dark Knight? He's just become a member of the Bacon Egg Brigade. Thank you for upgrading your membership, dude. That's awesome. Thank you so much for the support. Sui, thank you very much, dude. And Kate Cadet's got in here with a super chat. He says, breaking, new Disney movie, Frigihontis, starring Harry Maguire, out this Friday. Guess what? 2 ticket sales at the box office, mate. Nobody's going to see that shit show. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Kate. Gungshi says, once Ten Hag witnesses just how much of a liability Slab it is, he may change his mind. Here's hoping, says Gungshi. Right, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So that statement that he said there, it's only a few sentences about Harry Maguire, but he did say this. So after he said Harry Maguire is the captain, he does then almost, it almost sounds like a little bit of a justification, like a little bit of a, he just, immediately after he said that, he says, of course, I have to get to know all the players and it takes time. So maybe that is his way of saying, well, right now I don't see a need to replace him as captain. Ronaldo's not back yet for a start. So I can't just give it to, maybe he is actually in his plan still, like he said, maybe not, but, or if not Ronaldo, we need to get that situation sorted out, then maybe Bruno or somebody else. Yeah, it's actually, there's not that many great candidates for captaincy. De Gea would make the most sense to me, but who knows? So, look, he's giving it to, he's sticking with Harry Maguire for pre-season at least, it seems. And maybe we'll see, like Gungshi says there, Ten Hag change his mind over the course of pre-season before the season starts if we sign the right player. I mean, maybe even like a player like Frankie de Jong or one of these new signings might be in contention for Ten Hag to have his armband, possibly. I don't know. I'm just putting out there like one of these new signings. Who knows? Just an idea. Better than Harry Maguire anyway, probably. So, look, Harry Maguire catches a lot of stick. And I understand he's a nice enough guy. It's not really his fault that he's just not good enough for Man United. It's not really his fault we paid for 80 million for this guy and he's got the armband. But you know what? He's terrible, guys. He's not up to the standard of Man United. I don't like hating on players for the sake of it. If it was the Rio and Vidic days and we were doing vlogs about that, we would be talking about how fucking beastly and lions they are. You know, it's not for the sake of it. It's because they're not good enough and they don't have that sort of lion leadership ability like people like Vidic did have. Vidic was an absolute monster of a defender, a monster of a captain, monster of a leader, and then Rio next to him. You know, all these players, they might not have an armband necessarily, but I tell you what, they're all just great leaders. There was how do you choose a captain from some of those teams from the 90s and noughties? So many great leaders in those teams. This team is still devoid of many leaders. I mean, there's a couple, isn't there? Cristiano Ronaldo, but what's going on there? So anyway. So look, he said that about Maguire. I couldn't disagree more. I'm actually kind of sad and sickened and disgusted by it because I thought Ten Hag was going to give us something a little bit more exciting than this to start with. And at the moment, well, he's not been able to sign anybody. I'm not saying it's down to him. Of course, he's got his list of players he wants. It's on the recruitment team to get him for us. But he's not really had players come in yet. And all we've just seen is like the same old shite mistakes, the same old crappy decisions being made in regards to Harry Maguire, the captain's armband. It's just so frustrating, guys. I was looking for change. I don't want to see us accepting mediocrity and accepting this standard. That's it. The Glazers shithouses. They don't care. And it's just accepting this standard of roughness. Is he just a puppet? Is somebody else making the decisions? Is he just a complete fucking puppet there? Why? I can't see what the reason behind having Harry Maguire at the club would be, let alone him being the captain of the team. So that's where I am with it, guys. And until this guy changes my mind, i.e. he starts playing in a great performances consistently throughout the season, I'm always going to be saying that he's not good enough for United because he's genuinely not been over the last couple of the seasons, and it's obvious to see. He's a calamity, he's a liability, he's an £80 million, you know, low confidence version of Phil Jones. That's what all he is. Phil Jones 2.0. And so, yeah, it's probably time we parted ways with the guy and got a proper centre back in. But I don't think we will, based on what's going on, based on the fact that he's still our captain, based on him still being here. What's most likely to happen then is that, yeah, I guess the board and everyone are pretty keen for us to persevere with this £80 million slab. He is in the England team. He is, I guess, pretty, I was going to say marketable then, but maybe if you're trying to sell spark plugs or something. But I don't know. This guy's, he's got a lot of plus points about him. Obviously, he's homegrown. He's in his prime. He's 28. But he's so fucking trucking slow. And you look at how maybe Ten Hag can want to play with a slightly higher up line. I don't think it's great. I think he'd be a good team for a good player for a team like Burnley or someone like that who's going to play maybe a bit more low block, counter-attacking team. Maybe that's why he was a little bit better the season before last under Ollie, because sort of that's how Ollie had us set up, was quite low for United and counter-attacking most of the time. So maybe that's why. But I just think that for what Ten Hag's trying to do as well, you couldn't even get a worse defender than Harry Maguire. If we're looking to play higher up, Harry Maguire's not got the pace to cover, and he's just shit, mate. Gunsy, thank you very much for the super chat. He says, once Ten Hag witnesses just how much liability slab it is, he may change his mind. Here's hoping. Couldn't agree more. Sorry, guys, I've got to catch up with the chat here. NK Shooter says, Pig, big question. Would you rather have Maguire or Phil Jones as captain? I mean, that's just a stupid question. It's a horrible question, which I don't want to answer, bud. I mean, either one is just accepting the complete gash mediocrity that is just not befitting of United. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Gaffer, mate. Thank you very much for the super chat here. Gaffer tape Scousers' mouths. Comments, Maguire is not nice. Dude, I have to say I love your channel name, mate. I love it. Gaffer tape Scousers' mouths. Thank you for your super chat, my friend. I appreciate it. Nah, Maguire's not nice, bro. And you think when I said he's a nice guy, you think he's not nice. Well, I don't know if he is that nice, but he went out a punch up with some Mykonos police and stuff, doesn't he? They were just trying to get to the bottom of what's going on, mate. He's dropping bombs on him. You know what I'm saying? And then he's running, he's AWOL, he's run away from the law in that country, mate, and stuff. No, I'm just joking, but hey, look, he seems like a nice enough guy, but Nice doesn't interest me. I want a bastard, in fact. I don't even want nice. I want horrible. Man United's better with horrible bastards in the team. People like fucking Roy Keane who stamp on you in the middle of the night. People like fucking, I don't know, Vidic, you know, don't you fucking, he'll just take studs in the fucking stomach and then it'll rip half of his skin off me across his abs and he'll just lift his shirt and go, ref, he fouled me. Do you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't give a shit, mate, this guy. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want. I want some proper bollocks out there, and unfortunately these guys they're too soft, they're too nice, they're too soft. Man United's too nice, they're too soft these days. We need some bastards in there, particularly in the midfield. That's right, Gungshi, we need some bastards, mate, absolutely do. Gungshi, thank you so much, thank you, Primo. Hey, nice one, Griffo Chaz, he's put the link to the press conference in full. Oh, excellent, Griffo, nice one, mate. Let me pin that in the top of the live chat, you absolute don. Check this out, guys, on the website as well at the end of the show. Make sure you check it out. I'll pin it to the top. Griffo's article on the press conference. If you want to read all of the press conference in full, there it is on the website. Guys, we've hit 160 likes. That's great. But you know what? We're nearly at 200. There's 360 people watching. So let's have a cheeky little afternoon like spike. Smash the thumbs up button if you haven't done, guys. Let's see if we can blitz this to 200 likes. Also, share it around on socials. Hit the subscribe if you're new. Get yourself involved in the chat. We're having a big Q&A at the end. But yeah, drop a thumbs up and it helps boost us up there on the algorithm and helps us compete with the corporation channels, clickbaiters, etc. So if you're new to this show and you want to support the show, smash a like and subscribe. Nice. Thank you for subscribing there, Destiny Child Soldier 1. Appreciate you. Nuts, a slabhead, the fleshlight of footballers. Says, no, I don't know about that, my friend, to be honest. I'd say more like the douchebag of footballers, but there you go. No. Seriously says, come on, Pigmate, stop sitting on the fence regarding Maguire. So I get it. A lot of people rate him. Yeah, a lot of people think he is good. He's got attributes. Let me tell you what his attributes are. He's tall. He's strong. Reasonably, he's not that strong, is he? But he's reasonably strong. He's tall. And he can head it. He can head it. He can get up there. He can head. He's a decent in terms of like being that sort of ball winning, you know, like in the air, heading the ball away. Not all the time. I still don't think he's up to the standard in terms of reading it and judging the ball and stuff like that. But he can do that. He's also good on the ball. Like in terms of a centre back, he is what I would describe as a ball playing centre back. So somebody that is okay, comfortable with the ball at his feet, can bring it out from the back, can pass it around, can play long balls, can spray it around. I'm not saying he's the best at any of that, but he can do that. He's got strengths in that area as well. But what he's really not good at is some of the most basic fundamentals of defending. It does help if you've got a bit of pace about you, which is really lacking, and he's so slow, and you can't coach that really. You might be able to make them slightly quicker, but you cannot really coach it. So that's a big fundamental problem for him. Also, his turning circle is like that of a Renault Espace. It's very, very much slow and takes a long time and laboured. So when he's like one-on-one defending against people, like when somebody's running at him, he's not the worst at this, but he's certainly not the best at it. When he's running and he's, you know, they're doing that thing where he's just like trying to show him one way and he's gone the other. So he doesn't want to commit one way or the other because he's waiting for the attacker to make his move first so he can then commit. He's too slow. He gets turned too easily a lot of the time in those departments, I think, because he's actually just physically got those slowness about him. So if he was a bit of a quicker individual, a bit more nimble, a bit more agile, then that would be good. But he's not. And so therefore, like physically, he has some drawbacks, guys. He does have some drawbacks. He can nutmeg himself, says Dark Knight. And then it comes to the brain part of the game. So he's slow in terms of the legs and slow in terms of the play. But he also, I think, reads the game not 100% great either. I think a lot of the time he's making wrong mistakes when it comes to positional sense and being in the right place, right time and just covering the right space. He makes some fundamental errors, guys, which I do not want to see from an £80 million centre-back or Man United's captain. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So nobody will convince me that this guy's ever going to be the right captain for Man United. I could understand it if the armband was taken off him and he was still in the squad. And he's prepared to fight for his place and the pressure's off of him to a degree because he's no longer got the captain's armband. That makes a bit of sense to me. But I cannot really get behind sticking with Maguire just because he's already the captain. And then Ten Hag saying things like, oh, he's had a really good lot of success and he's established and he's been successful. Because he hasn't been successful. I mean, define success. He has, for England, been successful. I will admit that, but not for Manchester United. And it's neither here nor there. Some players are great for their country. Some players are shit for their clubs. Some players are great for their clubs. Some players are shit for their country. Like, I'd rather have Andy Cole for Man United based on his performances for Man United than his performances for England, they're totally redundant to me. I'm not interested. It's not the same thing. Can he do it against fucking San Marino wearing a white shirt of England? Yeah, well, I don't give a toss. I'm interested in what he can do for Manchester United. Andy Cole did it for Manchester United. Harry Maguire does not do it for Manchester United. So couldn't care less if he's an England player or not, in all fairness. It's totally redundant in my opinion. But anyway, he's just not up to the standard, is he, folks? He's just not up to the standard. By the way, the game is on tomorrow at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. kickoff. That's in the UK time, isn't it? We're going to be watching the game on here, folks. So if you are around for the watch along, make sure you tune in for it. But those are his comments on Harry Maguire. I find it absolutely pitiful and disgusting. Let's just get into the live chat for a few minutes now. See what you guys are saying about this whole situation with Harry Maguire. And then we'll cover the rest of the news. Then we'll get into a Q&A at the end of the vid. But let's see what you guys are saying. Thank you for getting in here. Sorry, I missed out on I missed something here, guys. Sorry, Westy05, man. Sorry for missing your super chat there, my man. He says... Is there any news on Martinez yet? Not any more news, really. I mean, we're still in negotiations, still having discussions. We've had the last offer of 45 plus 5 knocked back in terms of €1 million that we offered. That's the latest, Westy. We're still trying to get an agreement in place with them. So hopefully very soon indeed. But yeah, right now, it doesn't look like there is an agreement in place between Man United and Ajax for Lisandro Martinez right now. Thank you so much for your super chat, boss. With McFred in front, Shaw and Lindelof beside you, you try playing well. It's a fair point. Okay, it's a fair point, but you could say the same about the other players having to play with Harry Maguire. I honestly think Maguire is one of the biggest problems. People will say, oh, look at the players around him. Look at that midfield in front of him. Fair point. Thank you, Anton C, for subscribing. However, I'm just talking about him from an individual point of view for his mistakes. Like, his mistakes are pretty evident, and I've seen enough of him from an individual mistake point of view to know that it's not about his teammates. He's making fundamental errors himself. So people can say it's about that, but how do you defend all the mistakes that he makes? Jemba's more successful than Maguire. Yeah, what's Maguire won, guys? What's Maguire won, guys? Maguire trophies, right? Harry Maguire titles and achievements. Titles and achievements, right? Do you know what? Do you know what Harry Maguire's achievements are in the game? Shall I tell you? 0. He's literally won nothing, guys, this guy. How is he successful, man? He's won nothing. Okay, he did get to a final in a Euro Championship. Pretty cool. We only lost some penalties. We did get to the semi-finals of the World Cup with Maguire and the team. He had a good tournament. Nice one. But he's actually won nothing, guys. This is his biggest achievements in terms of all titles. 1 times promotion to the first league, Hull City in 15-16. You know? 2018 participant in the World Cup. Nice. Okay. So basically what we're saying here is Harry Maguire is a complete relegation merchant who's never won anything in his life. Fucking hell, guys. I mean, and that's our captain. And he's supposed to be successful? Is that how we define success? If Ten Hag defines that as success, then crikey, we don't have very high standards at United at all. And be prepared for another 6th place, 7th place gash finish, guys. Crikey, this guy is terrible. He is. That's the reality, folks. That's our guy. He's supposed to be successful, but he's not. He hasn't won a damn thing. Achieve relegation, says Jay Razor. We should replace Slabhead with another. Depressing news, says Anton. Laughable, says the Hoff. Ten Hag out, sorry. I mean, Gabe Moore, we can't be saying Ten Hag outright just yet, even though he's done this. He has also said that he needs to get to know the players in the team. So in the very next sentence after saying Maguire is the captain, he said, of course, I need to get to know the players and the rest of the team and get to know people, which basically could mean there might be a better candidate come the end of the preseason that he decides to take us into the Premier League with the armband. Maybe it's a case of, Ronaldo is in the consideration, but he's not here. We don't know what's going on there. If he commits to the season, maybe he'll get it. Maybe not. Maybe you'll see somebody else giving it as well. Somebody like Bruno, somebody like De Gea. It's possible and plausible, but All I know is if Ten Hag does stick with Harry Maguire for the captaincy for the season, we are setting ourselves up for a fall. We will be accepting of a bad standard. This guy will probably make calamitous errors for us, even though Ten Hag's style and team is going to be different. I think he will continue to make a lot of errors because I just don't think he's up to it. He's a good player. We've gone on this a lot of times. He's a good player, but he's not good enough for Manchester United, and that is the big problem here. Mark says, maybe Erik Ten Hag got Maguire mixed up with somebody else. Yeah, maybe so. It's quite bizarre, isn't it? Simon Cow says, Pig, we need to move on and forget about the last season. Let Ten Hag work with them and give all the players time and patience. Well, yeah, I was just saying, I mean, you can't really say Ten Hag cannot, you cannot get behind him now. You can't say that because you've got to let him do what he's got to do. He might not even be playing Harry Maguire that often at the moment, when it comes to the actual Premier League season. If Maguire stinks up the bed in the next few games of pre-season, surely he won't stick with him as captain and he'll decide somebody else is better. Right now, he seems to have just continued with what we've set last season, which is piss poor. He's the captain of United, but Ten Hag's going to give him a chance, just like he's going to give everybody else a chance. Can Harry Maguire do the job for Ten Hag, though, in a Ten Hag team, which hopefully will be a more attacking team? I personally think Maguire is not the guy for us. Hopefully, Lisandro Martinez is coming in to do the job for us, but then again, he's only like 5'7", 5'8" or something. Maybe he'll be coming in to play DM. What's going on, playlist account? Thank you for getting in. Thanks for your nice message earlier. Kate Cadet says, sorry, but keeping Slabby as captain is a massive red flag, Biggie. I'm with you, bud. I'm with you, bud. How has this guy not been able to judge the situation of Maguire not being a good enough leader or captain for us based on the last season alone? He should have been watching a lot of tape, a lot of footage of all our games this season over the summer. And if he had have done that, he would have seen that Maguire's an absolute liability and also quite a tepid leader as well, not exactly a full-blooded, hugely inspirational leader in my opinion. So because of that, I also agree it is a big red flag. What is Ten Hag seeing in this man like everyone else? What it really points to, I hate to say it, but what it points to is the fact that he could be a complete Glazer puppet just like everybody else. In all fairness, that's what it points to. I mean, is there some sort of crazy clause that some people come in the chat and said about him having a clause in his contract that he's the captain? I say that there's no way in hell that clause exists, guys, because if it did, we would be the most ridiculous club in the world. How do you make somebody like Harry Maguire have a clause in his contract he has to be the captain if he's only played for fucking Leicester, Hull, and he's not fucking Paolo Maldini, for fuck's sake? You know what I mean? There's no way we'd have put that clause in the contract. So people say that, but that's bollocks. This is all down to, well, I don't know. Is it Glazer puppetry? Does Ten Hag really think this guy's good enough? If he does, sorry to say, but my judgment of his judgment of the game has gone down. Because how can he see that based on what we've done recently? Gangshi, thank you very much for the super chat, my man. He's going in here raw, lad. He said, Pig, did you see that Ajax decided to increase their asking price for Martinez from 50 million to 60 million? Bloody nerves, says Gangshiliodi. Well, there you go. That's it. They want more money now. They're trying to squeeze it out of United. I don't think we're going to be paying that, though, Gangshi made. That's a power move to squeeze an extra couple of million euros out of us, isn't it? Or even just to get us to pay 50 million euros up front and then a little bit in add-ons and stuff. We won't pay that, Gangshi. Don't worry, bud. But if they do want that much, then you know what? Fuck them. That's what I say, Gangshi. Move on to somebody else. You know what I mean? If they want to take the piss, he's not worth that, in all fairness. No disrespect. He is a good player. He's got a few caps for Argentina, 24 years of age. Ten Hag likes him. He's a fucking 5'7" centre-back, for Pete's sake. Do you know what I mean? What are we on about here? Like, he's not worth 60 million euros. I'm sorry to say. That's too much of our budget taken up. But I think we'll reach an agreement with them much closer to 50 myself, just with more money up front from Manchester United. That's my opinion. Thank you so much for the super chat there, Gunsh, you legend. James T says he's won the Prem with Leicester, Piggy. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't, James T. He wasn't there then, bud. He came in like the season after. That would be on here. I'm looking at his record right now. He must have come in the season after. But in fact, let's have a look at his all seasons. Stats, all seasons. He joined Leicester in the 17-18 season. So no, they'd already won it before that. Yeah, pretty sure. So, no, yeah, Maguire's shite there. He hasn't won jack all. Dudes, look at this, man. Look at this, 106. Look at his record as well. I mean, this is what we're dealing with here, folks. Sheffield United, Wigan Athletic, Hull City, Leicester City, Sheffield United, Manchester United. Those are the teams he's played for. I know there's a progression there, but he's only joined United in his mid-20s as well. Like, it's just like, it's not the career progression. It's not really a top player, is it? He's a fucking Leicester player, guys. Facts. Any FIFA tonight, Pig, says J King? I don't know, to be honest, but it's difficult at the moment. We shall see. Hope so. Primot says it was Hoof and Morgan, says Primot. Yeah, oh yeah, Wes Morgan was absolutely boss that season, wasn't he? Captain, he captained them, didn't he? Was he their captain that season? Someone should show Ten Hag the Maguire memes on YouTube, says Jay Razor. But anyway, just to convince you guys, there you go. I mean, he is a pretty gash player, this guy. He's never won a single thing. He's not successful, even if Ten Hag wants to pretend that he is. But he's certainly not successful. Right, okay, so this is the news if you're just getting in here, guys, then. So Ten Hag is unwilling to let Ronaldo leave. Press conference understandably centered around him. And Ten Hag says he's clear. He wants Ronaldo to stay. We're planning with Cristiano for the season, so that's it. Doesn't know if Ronaldo would join the tour. Says Maguire will retain the captaincy. So that's pretty much the summary of the presser, and it is very disappointing, I must admit. I like the news about Ronaldo, though. Ronaldo staying is good news if that's the case. Like I say, it doesn't mean it is. If there's an offer that comes in that's good and this player really does want to leave, then he'll probably leave. But it does seem like at the moment we're trying to keep our cards close to our chest. Ten Hag wants him, Ten Hag needs him, and if the window shuts, he'll still be our player and he'll play for us. It's really that simple. And we don't have to sell him. He is contracted to us, and we've gone over many times. So I do just think that even though he wants to go, and even though nobody wants a one-to-way player in there, we can't really replace him with a like-for-like beast or anybody nearly as good. So he's worth quite a bit to United right now. So Ronaldo in. Are you guys Ronaldo in or Ronaldo out? Let's have a little vote in the live chat. Ronaldo in or Ronaldo out? Just out of interest, because some people are saying, well, if he doesn't want to be here, then go. But I'm saying, no, let's keep him here and utilize him as much as we can for the rest of the whole year that we've got him. Because who else are we going to get? And we've got a shit team. Yeah, Lusando, press conferences, questions overall were gash. Out, says Chris Barker. In, says Kieran Mallion and Beast. In, says Dark Knight. No one will buy him anyway. Too expensive. Roy the Boy Keane. What about PSG? They've got money. They could be the side to bring Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi together and get every football fan in the world watching them every week. Just saying, they could be that team that does that. Bond Servant says out. Ronaldo out, says Arsenal Manic. In, says Tonk Nash. Yeah, fair enough, Ashley Petty says Maguire's just a player who has lost all faith in himself. Well, even more reason to give the armband to somebody else and let him build himself back up and not have that pressure and spotlight on him right away. I get it. Ten Hag's going to give everyone a chance. He's going to try and get these underperforming players to play better, Maguire included, just like Rashford, Bruno, and everybody else. But I just don't have faith that he's going to come back good enough to be good enough for United. Out, says you. In, says the Hoff and Ulf and Grizzly Bear. Out, says Arsenal Manic. In, says Conroy Schuller. In, says Dublin Games. Most people want to keep him in then, it seems, still. Yeah, I'm with you guys. Slabby is a slow turn / no look dummy / own goal specialist. Gungshi, I love it. Those should be his in-game traits, mate. Those are his plus points. In all days, says Lutandro. Yeah, thank you, guys. Well, I think you're right, too. I would love it if he stayed. I think we should do everything in our power to keep him. There may be one or two clubs that could convince him to go for the right sort of destination. It would have to be a club that's in the Champions League and that can win domestic trophies also. That rules out a place like Chelsea, because I don't think that Chelsea, and it rules out any Premier League team as well. It has to be someone that doesn't upset any fan base that he's already considered a legend in. He's not going to go to Chelsea, and it doesn't make sense for us to let him go to Chelsea and strengthen a team like Chelsea or a team in the division. So, yeah, he would want to go somewhere that's more likely to win the league than Chelsea anyway, I think. But Ten Hag says he's clear. He wants Ronaldo to stay, and that's it. Doesn't know if Ronaldo would join the tour. That's it, really. So, also, Mike Verway this morning reported in terms of a forward player, some sort of player we're talking about here, Brian Brobby, has a clear preference for returning to Ajax, but Man United will become an option for him when negotiations are starting to take too long. His agent's working hard for a solution to RB Leipzig's big asking price. So, you know how we've had this reported interest in Brian Brobby, and so do Ajax? Well, this is maybe why Gungshi mentioned about the Lissandro Martinez, them asking for more money. It's kind of like, well, yeah, they're a disgrace, aren't they? Because maybe they've been, because we're going in for this guy as well, they're just playing a little bit hardball with us now. Seemingly, we have quite a good relationship with Ajax in terms of being able to do transfers. But on Lissandro, they seem to be asking a little bit too much more money. But this guy looks like a good young prospect. I'm not going to get excited about him now. He's more one for the future. But it could be good. Also, guys, you know how there was a report that came in right at the end of the stream yesterday about Man United having made some interest in Strakoschka. Well, he's gone to Brentford, guys, so we can't even sign a backup goalkeeper on a free anymore. Exclusive from Fab a couple hours ago. Brentford FC are set to sign Thomas Strachkoska on a free transfer. It's agreed and set to be completed with medical tests now ongoing. Here we go. Strachkoska left Lazio as a free agent and he's now heading to the Premier League, his biggest dream. So, I mean, I guess maybe it's just the fact that he's maybe offered a lot more first-team football at Brentford is the deciding factor in all fairness. Coming to Manchester United, he's only going to be a backup. So that was always going to be the case. And I guess he's just made a decision to go somewhere. Either that or he's getting offered good money there. I don't know, but I don't think so at Brentford. But there you go, Fabrizio Romano with an update there, guys, about Strachkoska. It doesn't matter. I don't know why we were looking at bringing in a backup goalie anyway when we got Heaton and we could just play a youngster if we need a third choice one. B says Brentford already having a better transfer window than us. Oh, man, you believe Ajax will come in and cave in and agree with us a fee for Martinez? I do too, Jim, and I think it would be around about 50 million up front, maybe 1 or 2 million as a sweetener, something around 50 million euros. Personally, that's what I think. So there you go. Strachkoska has gone to Brentford. There you go, Matthew Smith. There it is. He's gone to Brentford, mate. Leaning towards City now. United no more, says Hip Hop Juice. You what? Romero coming back once we sign Martinez. I would love to get Sergio Romero in. Absolutely, I think it would be fantastic. But Glazers absolutely are shit houses there. Grizzly Bear definitely. So also Andreas Pereira's just signed the contract as a new Fulham player this morning. No issues. Deal complete until June 2026. Plus option for a further year. Man United will receive £10 million. Plus 3 million in add-ons. 13 million pounds for Andreas Pereira, as we discussed the other day. An absolute great deal. And it essentially pays for the Tyrell Malacia deal, which does mean that United so far have got a transfer spend, a net spend of basically zero. What a bunch of absolute bloody wankers, guys, that our owners are. Let's just be honest. Man United, right, okay, let's talk about this then, folks, for a minute. Just get onto the transfer news in regards to Frankie de Jong. So United, Telegraph, James Ducker reporting that Man United have been giving encouragement, essentially, behind the scenes for Frankie de Jong, and that he's open to a Manchester United move still. Sources indicated that would not have progressed the deal this far if it wasn't the case, okay? So people are saying that maybe Frankie wants to stay and he doesn't want to join United. Well, if Barca want to sell him, he's going to come. If they don't want to sell him, if they really, really do want to keep him, then he's not going to come. They owe him, apparently, I mean, some reports are coming out saying that they owe him £17.1 million. That's what Tom McDermott and a few other reporters have said earlier on today, is that £17.1 million is what Barcelona owe de Jong in things like deferred wages, which is mad. I mean, I don't know if it is legitimately that high, but if it is, goodness me, no wonder this is taking some time. There's a little bit of difficulties going on. Do they want de Jong to just waive that money? I mean, that's a shitload of money that they owe him, right, guys? So this is why it's taken so long. There's all these issues and problems. There's money that they owe him. We're probably going to have to help out with some of the money up front if they're going to. They've got to settle up this money. It's just exactly, yep. Stato says FDJ has only just gone back to Barca today. Need to give him time to talk to his club. That's right as well. And so the de Jong situation is, obviously they're going to decide, they're going to discuss, they're going to chat, they're going to gauge on Frankie de Jong's current situation, on Xavi's inclination to keep him in the team also, and their financial aspects. That's the main thing. I mean, Barcelona are linked to a lot of different players, be it Bernardo Silva, Rafinha, whoever, loads of different options, loads of different players. But where they're getting all this money from, guys, they're supposedly 800 million in debt and just a complete difficult situation financially. They did sell some assets, they did sell some rights for some things recently and got some money, but even so, they are unable to do big business unless they sell some players. De Jong is big business. De Jong is worth a lot of money. It would give them a bit of money to be able to restructure some things. So that's why I think it's happening. Lufandro says, FDJ has been friend-zoning the hell out of us. Pretty much, yeah, you're right. I don't know what United are doing this servant-bond servant, taking the piece. Beast says, yeah, Barca have to give de Jong like 11 million. It's outrageous. It's absolutely outrageous, bud. I mean, the fact that they owe him that much from these deferred wages, but there you go. Broker Loner, says Jay Razor. Fuck de Jong, says K Cadet. A lot of people getting sour on this de Jong deal now. It's taken so long. I feel like we just need to press ahead. What we should have done, really, is have some ambition and signed other players, because none of us would be feeling that bad about this Frankie de Jong saga if we'd have already signed 4 other players. If we'd have got Eriksen in, and we'd have already signed Malacia, but we'd have already got Lisandro Martinez, maybe even a cheeky little Tielemans or something like that. If you'd have already done that, which is what we should have been doing already, working on other players, not just working solely on this guy, but working on lots of other players and brought them in, we would be okay right now with the situation taking a bit long. But as things are, we're on tour. We've got our first game on the tour tomorrow where we should be having players in to develop and work and getting an understanding with Ten Hag and the boys and the tactics. And we're not doing that. We're still trying to sign players. So it's just very bad planning by United once again. It's very frustrating. And what can you say? It's just a classic Man United, classic Glazer shithousery. And it was to be expected in some ways. But if De Jong gets done, Ten Hag will be happy. He'll get his man. And even though it will take a long time, it will be worth it, I suppose, if Ten Hag gets his man. And if he can build a team around him. If that's who he wants and that's who he wants, you've got to get him. You've got to let him get who he wants. But then we need other players too. So that is what I'm very concerned about. It's the fact that we should have just got another few players in along with Ten Hag's number one choice. His number one player that he wants to get in is De Jong. So let Ten Hag get who he wants. That's what I think. If you want Ten Hag to bring about a new style of play at Manchester United, give him the tools to do the job that he thinks is best. De Jong clearly is his number one target. So let's let him get De Jong. But we still need to, still frustrating how long this is going on, the saga, and how long it's just taking to reach an agreement with Barcelona. And they've got their own issues with having to reach an agreement with Frankie de Jong on things as well. So it is going to take a little bit more time, this one, folks, before it gets wrapped up. I hope it gets done. There's still ways it can fall down. It's slightly more likely that it gets done and he goes to United than he stays at Barca, in my opinion, but not by much. There's still a chance that it could end up pretty sour for us in this one. Thank you, Rush Mano. Get in there, my son. He says, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Rushy. Everybody, if you're new to the show, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're on here every single day, giving you the latest United updates in a no BS, no bullshit way, discussing all the latest goings on at the club. So do us a favor, if you're new to the show, hit the subscribe button. We're nearly at 60,100 subscribers, actually, you legends. Thank you, everyone, for subscribing. So if you are new to the show, drop a sub up. Hit the like on the video as well. That helps this channel out massively as well. Just feather the like button. Give it a cheeky little Kung Fu Cantonade kick. It's free, and that will help us. How many likes we got? 230. So get in there, everyone. We're on our way to 250. Thank you, guys, for dropping the like button. You're awesome. So Barca owed De Jong a lot of money. Man United essentially had reached an agreement in principle, but now what's expected is that they're trying to ask for more money from United up front. But in a way, we just have to sort of give them a little bit more money up front to get the deal done, in my opinion. Right, also on Lisandro Martinez, as we mentioned, Mike Verwey reporting that Ajax, essentially, they're demanding more money. So Mike Verwey reports that Lisandro Martinez is demanding Ajax to negotiate with Manchester United, but Ajax does not want to negotiate with an offer of 45 plus 5 in bonuses. In fact, they are now asking for an offer of 60 million euros. So... Oh, very, very much playing hardball with us here, it seems now. If that's the case, that's a lot of money that that they are wanting for him. Guys, would you sign Lisandro Martinez for 60 million euros? Yes or no? He is a versatile player, 24, Argentino international. We've got a lot of plus points about him. But that's too much money, guys, for a guy coming from the Eredivisie like that. He's too much money, dudes. But then again, if he's a classy player that Ten Hag wants and likes and needs and feels like he would do the job for him, then that's too much money, guys. Patricia says no. Anything to replace the slab, says Hoff. Yeah, he could be the Argentinian Harry Maguire at this price. No, says Conroy Schiller. No, says Primot. No, says Kai Hansen. We paid 80 mil for Maguire. It's a fair point, Mark Nurse. Yeah, but we don't want to do it again. Yes, get him in. Anyone will do, says Gabe. Pig, the thing is, we have so many areas to strengthen in the team. I don't want to see us blow our wad on one player when we need to get a good few players in. Like, this guy made sense to me at 45 million euros or even 50 million euros, but he doesn't make as much sense to me at 60 million euros. Surely that's the sort of money you can go and put towards getting a player like fucking Ruben Neves or someone. Surely he's only going to cost you a bit more than that. You might have to lose a player and, you might have to do something, but crikey, like, you could, now we're getting on for really hefty money. We get Kanate for half that, says Michael. No, says Jim Watkins. Hey, nice one, Rushy, nearly at 250 likes. Ghost says, Ajax asking way too much money. But like I said earlier to Gungshi when he mentioned this, is that, okay, they might be asking for 60 million, but that's just a negotiation, pin in the table, isn't it? Like, hey, actually, it turns out you're pretty desperate. Oh, you're still going up on the old valuations. Well, you know what? We want 60 now. But it won't be 60. In my opinion, it'll probably be something like, so we offered 45 million plus 5 million in bonuses. Euros, this is. So it's not far away from what they initially wanted, but now they're reportedly wanting 60. But if we just offer them 50 million euros up front and then 5 million euros in add-ons, or even a few million euros in add-ons, they're going to accept that, guys. They're going to accept that. That is a great offer, and I don't see how they're going to be getting more than that. Simon says 55 million plus 5 in add-ons. Martinez will partner Maguire. That's if it takes the whole 60, which I don't think it will. This is a negotiation, and we'll meet them somewhere in the middle, I think. So 50 million up front, 5 million down the line. Euros, what's that? 47, 46, 45 million quid. I don't know, somewhere around there. It's a lot of money, but it does make sense, doesn't it, to replace that slabby twat. Would rather another DM plus Jong than another centre-back, says Chris Hansen. Yeah, fair enough. Well, the good thing about this guy, Lisandro Martinez, is he can play defensive midfield and also centre-back. Would Neves want to come to United? Of course he could. Of course he would, Roy the boy Kino, mate. We're a proper club, we are, mate. He's also got Ronaldo, his compatriot Bruno, and these guys there. Come on, mate. We're a much bigger club than Wolves. You wouldn't pay 60, 55 max as United till I die. I feel the same way. Agents, brown envelopes, says Grizzly Bear. Yeah, we paid 50 mil for Jay Razor. That was pounds as well. You're right, Jay. Excited for the game tomorrow? Sort of, Michael. 60 mil is because they already sold half the team with Haller. Yeah, I get that, Beast. I mean, they're also looking at other players, though. They can sign their new players. You get that, right? They can also sign their own players, too, and they will do that. Don't worry, they'll get replacements in. They'll get replacements. In fact, look at this. Ajax are working hard behind the scenes to sign Francisco Conceição from Porto, and I hope for signing him. The right winger already talked with the manager and is keen on a move to Ajax. So that could be a potential replacement for somebody like Anthony. He would cost 5 million euros. And Ajax are interested in him. He's a winger. So I'm just saying, like, they could buy players. Yeah, they'll have to. Yeah, they don't want to just lose all their whole team. But money talks and bullshit walks. And they are a conveyor belt where they produce talents and sell them. Lisandro Martinez cost them £6 million from Defensa Justicia in Argentina in 2019. You don't think they'll sell him for 55 million? Come on now. This is what they do. This is what they do. And they're one of the best at it. Leave Slabby alone, says Philip Chapman. Bully pig. It's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me, Philip. If you like him, fair play to you. I just don't rate him as captain. I don't rate him as good enough to play in the team first 11 anyway. And he's going to have to prove himself to Ten Hag and to me if that's going to be any different. But I don't think he'll ever be good enough for us, mate. There you go. Maybe I like what Roshmano says, though. Take the armband off him. You might see him actually start to flourish. I think the weight of the armband weighs heavy on him. Right, guys, that's basically the latest news. I'm going to get into the live chat now, see what you legends are saying. We have a little bit of a Q&A. But if you're just getting in here, Ronaldo is not going anywhere, as per the words of Ten Hag anyway. We didn't say that, but he did say that he's had a positive conversation with him and had a really good talk, and it's between them. But essentially that they're looking forward to working with him, and Cristiano Ronaldo's in his plans, and he wants to get success together. So that's the stance that Ten Hag has taken on Ronaldo. He's also said that Maguire is his captain and that, you know, he's had a lot of success. He's an established captain for a few years. He's achieved a lot of success. So I doubt about this issue. As we've looked into it, we've debunked that theory because he hasn't achieved a lot of success at all, guys. He hasn't won any trophies in his whole career. So he's literally one of the least successful top players. If you're just going on wins and like trophy wins and stuff, he's not successful at all. He's been relegated a bunch of times. So, you know, obviously Ten Hag, it's a worry, guys, what's happened here with Ten Hag. Maybe it's just Glazer puppetry. Maybe he's just giving these players a chance. He did also say he's got to get to know the players. He said that right after talking about Maguire, meaning that, in my opinion, hopefully meaning that, look, if Maguire proves himself to be not good enough for him over the next month, he will give it to somebody else, hopefully. That's what I think, because look, the fact is, if he thinks Maguire's good enough to be captain, then what is going on with this guy's judgment? And what is the issue? Why he shouldn't still be captain, guys? Right, let's get into the live chat for a Q&A. Thank you, everyone who's in here today. It's really hot, isn't it? Crikey, smash the 69 in the live chat if you're sweating your munt off. And we just hit 250 likes. Baby, we did it. Break out the red panties. We got 250 likes. Thank you, every single one of you, for dropping that thumbs up on it. You bloody legends. Get in, right? Let's give this a refresh, see what you legends are saying. Have your say now. It's Q&A time. Thank you, everyone, for joining us and getting in here raw. Yeah, it's so hot, Jeanette Pugh. It's mad. It's going good. It's going good. Maguire's successful assist in opposition strikers, Mikhail Kramer. Yes, mate, I know. What's the matter with this whole thing? This situation's weird. Why would he still be captain? He's rubbish. Beast says the only thing Maguire's won is being the worst player of the season. Patricia says Slab is championship material. I'm loving this, guys. Have to say Maguire played behind worst midfield in Premier League. Fair enough, Grizzly Bear. Not well, okay, but really we've got a lower to mid-table standard midfield in McFred, and Pogba was shite as well. But even so, sorry to say, him as an individual made a lot of errors and mistakes on his own. So I agree with you that he wasn't helped by the fact that we had crap midfielders and a crap set of players around him as well. But he's also one of the crap set of players around the other players that is contributing to errors and calamities and not helping us as well. Simon says, Pig, I think tomorrow's game, both Liverpool and Man United might not go all out on the game due to lack of fitness. Fair one, Simon, but you know what it's like against Liverpool, mate. It'll be full-blooded. I think we might see a bit of the youth as well, particularly from Manchester United, because you know, that's probably a good way to go in regards to this game. Just trying to look at as many different people as possible, treating it like a friendly, but telling everyone to go and impress and also express themselves and go for it, you know. The fact that you used Maguire for more than Virgil is absolutely insane. It's quite crazy, Michael, how much we paid there, yeah. Simon, though, you could be right, but I just got a feeling because it's Man United v Liverpool, there will be some intensity, a little bit of intensity. Haaland saying he is most excited about facing United. If we get Lissandro, Haaland will be pocketed, hopefully. Hopefully, but I mean, hopefully, I'm worried about that, actually. About that Ghostbusters 2 painting guy playing against us. Rush Monster, subscribe to the channel. Tad Bake says, I'm really not asked about Maguire being kept on. Erik Ten Hag is bringing new standards. Then poor performances won't be accepted. People just need to wind it in and relax. It's not even been 3 months. Fair enough. Okay, Tad Bakes. I'm not bothered about him being kept on. What I think is we need to, he should have addressed the situation, though, to make it seem like it's a statement, isn't it, really? It's like we're not accepting this level of roughness anymore. And also, just like if you actually think Maguire, if he actually thinks Maguire's a proper leader and the best for us, then what's the matter with this guy? Superstar says Maguire thinks he's better than he is and he never takes responsibility. Instead, he blames loads around him. He has an attitude problem. Agreed. Totally agree. Having a terrible win. I mean, I remember a game, who was it now? But it was a game towards the end of last season where Harry Maguire's tried to have a shot from like fucking near the halfway line, like a big slabby melt, and it's gone way over. And somebody, can't remember who it is now, Fred or someone, just somebody just says to him, what the fuck are you doing? Pass it here. And he just goes, oh, fuck you off. You know, it's like, yeah, you're right. He's an idiot, mate. He should just go, no worries, I just was trying something. But instead he's like, fuck off, mate. You know, he's that sort of petulant melt. Benjamin Bessemer, thank you for the super chat, my son. Sue, he says, hi, mate, Q&A. Would you like it if United tried to battle with PSG for inter-defender Skriniar? Also, why aren't we looking into Camavinga on loan also? We should just stick with getting Anthony and nobody, says Benjamin. Thank you very much, Benjamin Bessemer, man. Thank you so much for that. Can we get a Sue in the live chat for him? Skriniar's a very good player. I don't know how much he would cost us, but I do rate him. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of centre-backs I would take instead of Harry Maguire. Yeah, why the hell not? Also, players like Pau Torres, I would rather see him come in. We could sign him. There's no excuse really not to. Yeah, Lissandro Martinez, Jurian Timber. There's some options out there, my friend. So I agree. I mean, some of these other guys to come in and replace Maguire would be better. Hey, Big Bear, what's going on, you legend? He says, you don't understand why Maguire is captain still. What the fuck? It's just madness, isn't it, mate? I know Ten Hag sticking to his guns makes no sense. Or sticking to the previous guns, not even his own guns, somebody else's guns. He doesn't have to stick to these guns. That's what's mad about it. Thank you, Benjamin. And Camavinga on loan. Camavinga's a great talent, mate. Very young indeed. Quality player. If you could get him on loan, I would absolutely take him on loan. But can we get him on loan? Recent Red Devils Gaming, thank you so much for being a member of this channel for 6 months, bud. GNF says fans bully Maguire. Bully/speak the truth, says Red Devils Gaming. Yeah, no, well, that's it. I mean, bully Maguire. Bully. I mean, what a load of old shit that is. Bully. Fucking hell. We're fans of a football club. This footballer's getting paid hundreds of thousands of pounds a week to wear the red shirt and battle for us. And we support the fucking team through thick and thin. And I tell you something, guys, we got a rights to voice our opinions on these sets of players. And if these players are giving us all that we want and fighting full tooth and nail, full blooded for the team, then we'll be satisfied. And if they're not, then you can rest assured we'll be calling them bloaty headed breeze block twat fridges at the back, my son. You can call it bullying, I call it stating facts. You know what I'm saying? So I disagree entirely with this. Oh, we got a new member. Bacon Brigade, thank you so much. Everybody get your favourite member emoji in there for Lange86, who's become a member of the Bacon Brigade. Thank you so much there, Lange. Nice one, man. We got a new member. Everybody get your favourite Bacon Brigade emoji in there to welcome him in. Please do. Thank you so much, Langy86, mate. That's bloody awesome. Welcome aboard the Bacon Express, my son. Please do mind your arms and legs while you catch aboard the vehicle, my friend. Michael says the fact that Goldbridge said he was a top 3 centre-backs in the world at one point. Bloody hell, Michael. That's so surprised, is it? Gungshi, thank you so much for the Phil Jones emojis there. You get in there, my son. Welcome, says Ashley Bailey. Dark Knight's got those Phil Jones in there as well. Yeah, Slabby's not United standards. He's absolutely shite, Patricia O'Driscoll. He's good player, but he's just not good enough for United, I agree. Vutinator, indeed, Mark Nurse. Yes, welcome in, Lance. You're a bunch of legends, guys. You know what, folks? I've just seen how long we've been on this stream. It's an hour and 15 minutes. I'm going to wrap this puppy up, right? But thank you so much to every single one of you for getting in this stream today. You are indeed a bunch of legends. So we must make an improved offer, of course, for Lisandro Martinez. We're still working on De Jong. Ten Hag said that Ronaldo's in the season's plans. Whether or not he goes or stays, that remains to be seen. Maguire is his captain. Those are the biggest bits of news of the day. If there's anything more that comes out later, obviously we'll jump on and give you all the latest updates. Thank you, everyone, for watching and getting part of this live chat. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much, Jim, Vuti, Rushi, Mark, Patricia, Michael, Philip, Beast, Ricardo. Thank you so much, Ricardo Dos Santos, Nortman, Butters. Oh, Butters, well, have a great show. Have a great day, mate. Mark Nurse, Jay Razor, United Till I Die as well. Yes, absolutely. Welcome to the newbies, man. Thank you, everybody who's in here. Everybody who's subscribed to the show. The Hoff, thank you, Hoff. Thank you, Ricardo, Peak Partners, Tonk Nash, Patricia, John, Madhouse. Thank you very much, Madhouse. Thank you, Ashley Bailey. Thank you, Jay King, Gungshi. Thank you, Gungshi Leone, for your super chats and legendrosity throughout. Naz786, Beast, have a good day, guys. Benjamin Bessemer, thank you for another super chat. He says, Inter are only asking for 70 million euros / 60 million quid. Well, fair enough. I mean, look, that's a decent option, isn't it? If that's what I'm saying, that's what I was saying about like Martinez earlier. I said Martinez makes a bit of sense for 45 or 50 million euros, but when you're getting towards that sort of money where you can get these top players, I don't know if these bigger names, I don't know if it makes all that much sense. Thank you, Beast. Thank you, Dark Knight, United Tactical Talk, Michael, Legend Michael. Thank you for watching all this time, bud. Jay King, maybe so. Yeah, if I do play FIFA later, we will see ya. Tonk Nash, playlist account, Mikhail Kramer, United Till I Die, Jim Watkins, Jay King, Jake Payne, Hootman, Mark Nass. My voice is going, folks. Too much shouting. So thank you so much for tuning in, you bloody legends. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Do hit the like before you go. Smash the subscribe button if you're new to the channel as well. Get in there raw by smashing the subscribe and clicking the bell icon. Follow us on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. And thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Enjoy the sweltering heat of the UK right now. It's absolutely sweat your munt off time. Have a good day, though. Enjoy the sunshine, and we'll be back hopefully later with some good Man United news. Keep a lookout for notifications and streams later on tonight, probably about 9ish. And we'll give you all the latest then. Thank you, Rush Mono. Thanks for all the updates, as always, you Don. Ashley Bailey, Gaffer Tape Scousers Miles as well. Oh, it's Big God Bob. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Have a great day, guys. That's it for the show. Jim Watkins and all the rest of the Bacon Brigade. Catch you on the next one. Sort your bloody lives out, United. Maguire is captain. Ten Hag's been bringing that good old stuff over with him from the Netherlands, my son. Sort it out. Drop him. Hopefully he's just going to realise over the next few weeks that indeed Maguire... Oops. I pressed it too soon. Hopefully he's going to realise over the next couple of weeks indeed Maguire is absolutely gash-tastic and strips above the captaincy, guys. And hopefully Ronaldo stays. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day. That's it for the show. Stay classy. Thank you for watching. Hey Primot, you legend. Have a great day, my son. And Millie Ronar as well, and everybody else in the chat. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great one. I'm out of here.